All right, so we should be live any minute now. Guys, without further delay, I want to introduce you to Alicia. She is the national speaker at BombBomb and extremely knowledgeable about the product. I learned a lot on the last session, actually, that I've been using the product for years and I wasn't even aware of. So you guys are going to get a lot from this. I'm super excited about it. Job seekers have been asking me for this for years. So I'm just delighted to have you again with us, Alicia. But why don't we go ahead and take it away? Oh, I think I need to make you a presenter, right?
Because I can't share my screen quite yet.
Yeah, let me do that. We've got a couple more people entering in as well.
Perfect.
Hold on one second. Guess I should have done that. Hold on. Make host. There you go. Alicia, you are a host now. You are the host of the Who You Know Job Networking Show. Take it away. You got it.
Wow, a whole new world for me. Let me get my screen share up here. All right. So, well, thank you guys for letting me join you guys today. I had a great time on the last one. It's always fun to have a new audience. I spend a lot of time talking to people in real estate and mortgage and financial services and insurance. So it's fun to have some job seekers. So this is what we're going to do today. We're going to talk a little bit about why video. I know you guys are already bought in, but I just want to cover a little bit of that. We're going to talk about how visibility beats ability, and I'm going to show you guys some tips for structuring a really great video email, as well as some ideas for making a compelling video thumbnail that's going to help get you attention, get that play. We're going to jump into the app so I can answer questions. You guys are going to have a chance to ask your questions. And then at the end, we're going to talk about working through our fear of video, because this is the #1 thing that keeps people from being successful with video. And the key there, well, I want to be successful with video, is you really just have to do it. And so many people get caught up in these self-limiting beliefs. So we're going to talk some about that. So, you know, we are in a very, very video-centric society. And this was true pre-global pandemic. And it's even more true now. For years, when we're talking to business owners about marketing on social media, it's like, you got to do video, you got to do video. When you're talking about lead conversion, for years, we've been pushing hard on, you've got to do video. You need people to have that opportunity to build that know, like, and trust right away. We see it, you log on to ESPN.com. What do? They start auto playing commercials to you right away because it's compelling. It grabs people's attention. It's the way that people are preferring to even consume their content and their information now. 64% of consumers make a purchase after watching a branded social video. So consumers are getting enough of that know, like, and trust from a video on social media, whether it's a product video or an influencer video. They're feeling enough comfort with that product or company to make that next decision based just on a video. This is a big one for you guys. 59% of executives say they would rather watch a video than read the plain text, right? That's huge. This is another big one. Viewers retain 95% of a message when they watch it in a video, as compared to only 10% on text. Well, why is that? So much of our communication is the nonverbals. It's such a small piece of our communication that's the actual words we're using. Everything else is the eye contact, the tonality, the body language. These are all things that make you a good communicator. These are the things that are going to help you showcase who you are as a job seeker. And yet you lose so much of that in a plain text email. And you know this. This is why you're here. Because you know that getting that initial contact, building that relationship faster is only going to benefit you. And that's where, you know, at BombBomb, we really focus on and we speak to video from this standpoint, and that is relationships through video. building connections through video. Relationships make the world go round, right? One of my favorite parts of my job is the networking aspect. And the act of simply showing up on video is giving you an ability to build relationships faster. You can never, ever get a good sense of someone from a plain text email, right? If we look at this email right here, Annie Agent, there's nothing wrong with this email, but we know nothing about her. So as a job seeker, right, do you want to appear in the inbox like every other person, black text on a white screen that tells you nothing about them? Or in this case, I have these two thumbnails here of Melanie and Jesse, and you immediately have more of a sense of who they are from a 3-second animated GIF than an entire typed out email. That's why you're here. That's why this works, right? Because you have a sense of who they are. You can start to build a connection with a real human being. You can't do that with black text on a white screen.
Hey, Alicia, I want to, before you move on from that, that animated GIF is huge. It really does get people's attention. And one of the things I think is amazing is this just happened the other day. Alicia, you may not even be aware of this, but for LinkedIn, the animated GIF did not work. It worked in the email, but it did not work in a message. But now, by the LinkedIn gods, it now works in the LinkedIn message. So even more important when you're trying to get the attention of that hiring manager or that recruiter or just networking or trying to make an impact and get someone's attention, that GIF works in the LinkedIn message. So it's super, super impactful.
Yeah, it really is. We are very excited about it working in LinkedIn. And I use BombBomb in LinkedIn all the time, right? Like I have people reaching out to me on LinkedIn for connection constantly. And I use that quick video. I use the Chrome extension. I record it, pop it right into the message. It's so fast. And the amount of times that someone has reached out to me for a connection request and I send back a video introducing myself, saying I'm excited to connect with you here, it blows people's minds. It blows their mind. So the last thing that I want to mention on this why piece, I want to show this video of Steve Jobs, and he's talking about force multipliers, which is really where video comes into you for your job search, right? Video is not the secret sauce that's going to get you a job. You are. The only thing that video is doing for you is it is amplifying who you are. So check out this video from Steve Jobs. It's great. It's way old school. Makes me real happy.
The best analogy I've ever heard is Scientific American, I think it was, did a study in the early 70s on the efficiency of locomotion. And what they did was for all different species of things on the planet, birds and cats and dogs and fish and man and goats and stuff, they measured how much energy does it take for a goat to get from here to there, right? Kilocalories per kilometer or something, I don't know what they measured it in. And they ranked them, they published a list, and the condor won. The condor took the least amount of energy to get from here to there. And man didn't do so well, came in with a rather unimpressive showing about a third of the way down the list. But fortunately, someone at Scientific American was insightful enough to test man with a bicycle. And man with a bicycle won, twice as good as the condor, all the way off the list. And what it showed was that man as a tool maker has the ability to make a tool to amplify an inherent ability that he has. And that's exactly what we're doing here. It's exactly what we're doing here.
And that's what we're doing with video, right? Video is just a tool to help you amplify who you really are and the things that you are good at. The reasons why prospective employers and hiring managers and recruiters want to talk to you, video's just amplifying it. That's all it is. So this first part that I want to talk about is really tags onto that really well, which is visibility beats ability, right? It does not matter if you are the best prospective employee for this entire company in the entire world. If you are the perfect fit for this role, if no one actually gets to see you and meet you, what good is that? So I want to give you guys some tips for the anatomy of a good video email, because video is powerful, but if you don't structure this well, you're not going to get the kind of playwright and exposure you want. So, and what I'm talking about here applies to both email, and some of this applies in those LinkedIn messages as well. So the first piece is obviously the subject line, okay? Clarity and curiosity are the best things that you can do. And we're going to talk a little bit more about this, but I always put the word video in the subject line. This is a benefit. We all do the same thing where we open up our inbox and we scroll, right? We're looking for what's important. Well, video is a differentiator right away. It's a disruption to the other words that they are most likely seeing in that inbox. So really, really powerful. So the subject line is the first piece that you have to try and get noticed. And, you know, I said this on the last one, you could attend 5 different sessions on subject lines for marketing or emails, and you would hear lots of different opinions. I'm sharing with you what we have seen in our experience at BombBomb, as well as my own personal experience in regards to the subject line piece. Okay, now you want to have text above the video. Okay, the point of the text above the video is twofold. Number one, it's to let them know why they should play that video, right? Quite often the text that I'll have above the video might say something like, hi, Trevor, it was so great to connect with you yesterday. Press play or I recorded you a quick video following up with what we talked about, or with press play for more details. But the point of that first section is to actually introduce yourself like you normally would. Hey, it's me. And then telling them what they are going to find in that video. So, hi, Mr. Hiring Manager. I recorded a brief video to introduce myself. Press play, right? You're letting them know what it is that they're going to find in there. So that's the first reason, okay? The second reason why it is important to put text above the video is that some email inboxes pull an inbox preview after the subject line, right? You guys have seen this before where you've got your subject line and then there's the first few words or the first sentence of that email. If you do not put any text above the video and their inbox pulls an inbox preview, what it's going to have after your subject line is code. Jumbly, garbly-gook code that looks spammy, okay? So as long as you put text above the video, if they pull that inbox preview, then it'll have your introduction there as well, okay? Then you have the video, right? This is the play and the pitch. This is where you get to shine, where you get to show up in personality. You get to introduce yourself. And that obviously is, you know, the meat of what you're doing. We are going to talk about some thumbnails and give you some ideas for that. And then you want text below the video as well. Okay. Now, this can drive the video play if you didn't do that at the top. But the other thing that you want to do with text below the video, and you need to watch the screen for this because this is really, really important. Okay. If you do not put text below that video, some inboxes will truncate your message and you have those dreaded 3 dots instead of that big video thumbnail, okay? This is really important because we have no control over how the end user's inbox decides to display things. But as long as you put text below that video, it's not going to truncate the message like that, okay? So text below the video, call to action if it's the, you know, reply to this email with any questions or whatever, you've got your normal call to action there. So
can I real quick before you move on from that?
Yeah.
One of the things that is new, or got the dart going. always, that's awesome. So one of the things that I think is really, really cool about that call to action is now BombBomb has included that where it's embedded inside of the video. So literally as that video is playing, let's say you had a call to action that was, you know, schedule a phone call or let's chat. or whatever, right? You can embed your Calendly, which we taught y'all how to use Calendly, which is your online calendar. You can embed that into the video so that as the video is playing, you're even saying, hey, schedule a call with me down below, and it pops up and they just go, oh, okay, cool. And they click on it, and it's just a seamless process. And I think that's really, really cool. I've seen people actually engage with that a lot higher now that it's embedded in the video.
There, I had to find my unmute again. Yeah, the call to action right on the video, we've seen huge engagement on that. And it's really easy because you just put whatever verbiage you want for the call to action to say, and then you put the link, and that's it. So really, really easy there. So I just want to show you two different versions of this here.
Excuse me, Alicia, real quick. I don't know if this was going to be part of it, but is that something that you could demonstrate?
Yeah, we're going to get there.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to show you two different versions of this, because if you're sending directly from inside the BombBomb platform or the mobile app, we have branding, or even if you don't have a branded template, we kind of put something above the video so that you don't have to worry about the text above. Your video box is right at the top, but you still want to make sure that you put the text below the video there. The one on the left-hand side there that doesn't have the branding up above, this was just sent directly from inside of my Gmail. So, you know, it sends the exact same way as you would send any plain text email, but I've got my "Hi, Danny. It was so great to meet you out in Dallas. Press play on the quick video below and let me know if there is anything I can do to help." We're about to cover thumbnails here in a minute, but if someone gives me their business card with the intent that I am going to reach back out to them, most people expect that you're gonna, you know, either call them or send an email. They always get a video email from me, but this is one of my secret tactics. If I hold that business card up in those first couple seconds as a GIF, the whiteboard with their name on it, that can be really great and compelling. But the nice thing about the business card is that they will recognize that immediately as, oh, I must have given my card to her. And they are going to play that video because you are showing them their branding, right? Their business card. So really, really effective. And then as you see for the text under the video there, all I put was "Happy Friday," right? That's it. You don't need a lot of text there. The text below that video there is really just to make sure that it doesn't truncate the message. Now for LinkedIn, you don't need to worry about LinkedIn truncating the message, but you do want to make sure that you put text with the video. If you just send a video message and a LinkedIn message with nothing else, you're not giving them a reason to press play on that video. Just because there's a play button there does not mean that they're going to actually watch your video. So you want to make sure that you include that text to drive the video play. All right, so quick word on subject lines. Sense of urgency. This is always really, really effective. However, this may not be best practices in your case. You also want to make sure that you're honest in your subject lines. Personalization is huge. And as you see, this is just a screenshot from my inbox on mobile. But almost every single one of my subject lines says video for and the person's name. So having video in the subject line only increases open rate with hard data by about 8.3%. However, having the word video in the subject line massively increases play rate, which is what you want. You want them to press play so that you have the opportunity to show yourself, okay? Now, here's the other piece though. Putting the recipient's name in the subject line increases open rate by 26%, okay? So when you add all these pieces together, you are just continuing to amplify the likelihood that you are going to get to be seen. The thing with the name is the same thing with video, right? It's a disruption, but we're also psychologically drawn to our names, right? When we're in a crowded room and you hear your name, you automatically sort of look to know where it came from. This is because this is the way our brain works. We're compelled to be drawn to that familiarity. So putting their name right in the subject line is also going to benefit you. All right, so let's talk about some thumbnails, especially now that LinkedIn is giving you the opportunity to display the thumbnails. So name. This always can be really, really effective. We've all experienced the difference between a personalized message versus actual personal, right? When you have those mail merge fields that say, "Hi, Alicia," and then you know the whole rest of the email wasn't to you or specifically for you, they just have a mail merge field. The nice thing about this thumbnail is that it lets the recipient know immediately that you actually did record this video for them. I love it. There's his whiteboard, right? Because just putting that hiring manager's name in the subject line and in that greeting in the email does not necessarily tell them that that video was directly for them. You could be using the same video over and over again and just changing their name in the two fields there, right? You put that right in the video thumbnail, and it is one of the most compelling things you can do to drive a video play. So the name, that's one option.
Alicia, yeah. Also, something else that I want to mention that I do a lot, just the words "thank you," right? I've got the words "thank you" up there. They want to know why, like, and I'll always figure out a creative way to say thank you in my message, right? But they want to know why the heck I'm being thanked. They're curious, like, what did I do? Like, I don't even know this person, but they're thanking me and my name's on the video. Like, why? What? Oh my gosh, like, I have to know what I'm being thanked for, right?
Piquing that curiosity. So the name is a great one, but I'm going to give you guys a couple other options of ways to really capture someone's attention. So the first is a detail that is significant or personal to them. So in this case, this is a sales guy. He was actually doing prospecting on LinkedIn and could not get Omri, this executive he was wanting to have a call with, to actually respond to his messages. So this is what he did. He went to Omri's LinkedIn page, saw that Omri was a fan of gourmet coffee from all over the world, drew that little coffee mug, and then he put Omri's company logo on the coffee cup. And that's what he did in that video thumbnail. Well, that was very, very compelling to Omri, because not only did now this guy send that thumbnail with his name on it, but it told him that this guy took an extra step, that this guy did his research, that this guy isn't being lazy. This guy actually went and saw that this is my company logo, the coffee thing. And then the response was, "You got my attention. I will look up my calendar and book a time to chat." So a detail that is significant to them is powerful.
So this story sounds almost identical from Linda Howard, who's actually on this call right now. I'd love for you to tell us your story, because Linda, actually, we want to give a very, very special congratulations, because she just landed a job and BombBomb helped her through that process.
Makes me happy.
So Linda, let me see if I can unmute your mic here. Let's see. You can just hit the space bar. Oh, you know what, Alicia, I made you the host. So
here, I can unmute her. Can I? Unmute.
But you did. There you go. Oh wait, you were. Hold on.
There we go.
Now I'm unmuted.
Linda, tell us what you did in your story. So first of all, congratulations. I wanted to tell you that personally.
Thank you.
And you sent me the email, and your story, you did something very similar to this, where you personalized it based off of the other person. Can you tell us that story?
Yeah, well, first of all, I wish I'd had this training before I sent that video, because I didn't have the text before, I didn't have the text afterwards. I was just playing with it to try and get over my fear of doing it in the first place. And I probably re-recorded it 20 times. But what had happened is I had a phone interview. It was my third or fourth in the series. And the guy seemed like kind of a fun guy. He was from New York. And so I created a BombBomb video that said just what we're supposed to do. Thank you so much. You know, really appreciated it, as we discussed, blah, blah, blah. One of the things I did that he was really impressed with, the thumbnail was a JPEG that I downloaded with the I Love New York logo on it. And he sent it to the higher ups and said, this girl is very impressive. I think we should hire her. And against all odds, I mean, I am really surprised. But I will also say this, the other thing I've been doing that might be a tip for other people is the original hiring manager that I met with back in March. I had been sending him little marketing tips for senior living community, marketing tips for different other kinds of things. Now, I know his personality, so I also sent him some real fun videos for himself and his staff because of what they were going through. So I was massaging this whole thing all along. So the BombBomb was, I think there was one more step, but I really think that helped to cinch the deal.
That's awesome. Linda, congratulations.
Yes.
And thank you for sharing. As often,
Yes, so congratulations.
Yeah, as often as you can provide value, it's going to benefit you. This is best practices across the board, right? Gary Vaynerchuk has a quote that I love. Our marketing team adopted it a couple of years ago as our mantra. And the quote is, provide value and abundance will follow. And that's exactly what you did, Linda. You made yourself valuable. I love it. Good job.
Could I say Linda, one more thing, Alicia?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Okay. So I've got another thing that I'm continuing to keep in touch with her. She happens to be the president of the company, of a staffing company. And we've been having weekly, 2-week calls to get me updated on my dream job. Well, like most of them, it's been on hold. But for her, I do the same thing. I know what kind of industry it is, so I've been sending her marketing tips and say, by the way, why don't you let them know that they might want to think about doing this during this shutdown and during COVID? And she said, Linda, those tips help me in my business, and I'm shortlisting you, even though we haven't had a person-to-person interview.
Amazing.
We'll see where that goes. You got to kind of think out of the box.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Good stuff.
Love it.
All right, so the detail, right? This is a huge thing that is very, very effective. So here's another way that you can do detail, and this is with our screen recorder. So a lot of our sales guys do prospecting with this, because what Shane's doing here, he's one of our account executives, is he's doing our screen recorder on Sam McIntyre's LinkedIn page. So if you're Sam McIntyre, and you open up your email or you open up your LinkedIn message and you see a video with some random dude that you don't know, but your LinkedIn page in the background, you're going to want to know why that guy is sending you a video of your own LinkedIn page. And the only thing that Shane is doing here is using that thumbnail to get his attention. Hey, stopped by your LinkedIn page, thought I'd send you a quick message, right? So really, really great. Another great way to just highlight a detail that's going to get their attention. I've got a lot of real estate brokers, when they're doing recruiting, they'll do the exact same thing on an agent's website, right? They'll go to that agent's website, turn on the screen recorder, and then start talking about some of the services they offer, how they want to help them. So really, really compelling way to pull out a detail that's going to get the attention there, okay? So those are the two main things that I think you would really, for you guys, that you should focus on, is either the name plus something else or some sort of personal detail. You know, even if you go to their Facebook page, if you go to this hiring manager's Facebook page, if you can find it, and, you know, I'm not saying request to him as a friend request or anything. I'm saying go and see what sports team he's in. Maybe you guys have a commonality there. Draw that logo on there, or whatever it is, some sort of detail that's going to help you stand out and really, really differentiate yourself. So I am going to stop my share here so that I can get out of my deck. I want to go into my actual account here. Trevor, I don't remember, did we demo it last time from the BombBomb web platform, from Chrome extension and LinkedIn, from Gmail? Where do you think I should head for them?
So I think, in my personal opinion, I really think the best tool to use is the Chrome extension. I think that if you guys don't already have that downloaded, you need to do that. You need to go into the BombBomb platform, and there's a whole integration. So maybe you can walk them through how to download the Chrome extension. How many of you actually have that downloaded right now? Few of you. Okay. So it's the easiest way, in my opinion, to record a quick video. It's really, really simple to do. So maybe you could show them like how to first and foremost get that Chrome extension.
Yep.
And then how to use it.
So here is, hopefully nothing is blocking anything here. So I've got my Gmail opened up here, and I've got BombBomb built right into my Gmail, but that is powered by the Chrome extension. So the best way to get the Chrome extension is just to open up a Chrome browser and go to the Chrome web store, okay? Really, really easy. Once you get to the Chrome web store, all you have to do is search BombBomb. BombBomb is B-O-M-B, B-O-M-B, okay? Once I search for that, I'm gonna see it right here. Now, it says added.
It's not Boom Boom or Bon Bon or, yep. I hear so many things, it's so funny. People go boom, boom.
Yep, I get the Bon Bon a lot too. No, we're not selling candies. So, but it says added here, but that's because I already have it. If you didn't have it added on, over here where it says rate it, you're gonna have this add, okay? So once you add it on, you're gonna log in with your BombBomb credentials. So whatever your login email address and password is, you're gonna log in one time and then you should be good to go. And then what you get is this little bomb icon up inside your Chrome browser. Now, what's cool about this is that this will appear anywhere. So if I go to my LinkedIn here, you've still got that bomb icon right up here in the corner. Okay, so this icon will always be there in this Chrome browser once I've added it. So if I click on this bomb icon, you're gonna see a few things here. The first screen that it opens up on is this record screen. Now you can do camera only, or if you wanted to do the screen recorder, for example, if you wanted to do their LinkedIn page, then you would click on that, but we're gonna click camera only. Now when I click launch recorder, this is gonna open up the BombBomb recorder. Now, today, it is most likely not gonna open. Oh, it did. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't on Zoom.
Yeah, because you got two cameras going, so it's kind of.
Cameras going. Sometimes it doesn't do that.
Yeah,
So once you get to this screen, you see this red button again, but it is not recording, okay? You have another opportunity to get yourself ready. So this is where you can get out your whiteboard if you want. My definitely needs to be rewritten on. Or whatever you're gonna do, okay? If you've been in sales, you've heard the smile before you dial before. This is where before you press that record button, you take a quick second, right? You get yourself ready, you smile, you pump yourself up. We're gonna talk more about this in a second. Yep, there you go. And then I just hold my whiteboard up when I press the record button, right? Because I'm gonna get the 3 seconds. It gives me a countdown. Now it's recording. I do my quick, hi, Trevor, right? You say whatever it is you're gonna say, you wow them. And when I'm all done, I press that record button again. And then I do have an option to re-record if I want, okay? Here is the CTA option. So.
Love this option, by the way. CTAs are amazing. This is your call to action.
So here, this is what I want it to say. So maybe I want this to say, schedule some time to chat, okay? And then right here is where you would put that link. Now, I don't have my Calendly link up, so I'm just gonna throw another link in here for the purpose of this demo. I'm just gonna put in this link there. You save the CTA. I save my video. And now you have a couple cool options here, okay? So this is being slow because of the screen record. Normally it's a lot faster. So now, if I want to put this right into a LinkedIn message, all I have to do is copy the link. Copy, paste, put it into a message. Or if I want to send it as an email right now, then I would do that. and it'll open up the sender so that you can send it. You'll put in your email address and all of that. I don't want to go too far. I don't want to drift too far away from LinkedIn here. So again, it's just that easy, right? You launch your recorder, you record your video, you either copy the link, post it in LinkedIn, or if you want to send it from BombBomb, you can send it as an email right there as well.
Another thing too, real quick, is and this is important for LinkedIn, not necessarily for email, okay? If you're sending it on LinkedIn, if you can go back to the Chrome extension, hit that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Hit
I know
that.
what you're talking about. I'm going to grab a pre-recorded video here.
Oh, I was going to talk about the title.
Oh, got it.
So, okay, here's an example, right? Okay, right here you've got this first one says video May 21st, 2020. The second one says video for Trevor, quick questions about tomorrow. So it actually has that will actually show up in LinkedIn. So you do want to, if you're using it on LinkedIn to get somebody's attention, title it. Don't just have a date in there like the other one that says mobile upload video. They're going to see that and they're going to be like, what?
Yep.
Put something in there.
So the other thing that I want to make sure I show you here, I'm going to go back to the record screen, because you have two different options for copying a link. Okay, so we're going to do a quick test video again. It gives us our countdown. It's recording. You say what you're going to say. You're all done. I'm going to save it. You're going to see two different copy options. Okay, so one is copy link with preview. This is going to copy the HTML code. This is just for email. Okay, social sites like LinkedIn and Facebook or any other social site you might be using do not support HTML. Okay, this is for if you are sending with email. But here's the cool thing. You can copy this link with preview and go into any email and paste it right into the email, and it's going to paste the thumbnail. I'm going to show you. I'm going to open up a message here in my Gmail. I'm just going to paste. There's my thumbnail and my video. Okay. So the copy the link with preview is just for HTML, which means it's just for email. Okay. The copy the link is for anywhere else you're putting it, either if you're putting it into Facebook Messenger or LinkedIn Messenger or WhatsApp or anything like that, then you just copy the link. Any questions about that?
Hey, Alicia, you want to take the actual URL, go to your videos real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, go to the one that says video for Trevor, quick questions. Yeah, click that one and then copy the URL.
Mm-hmm.
And then take it and send me that message on LinkedIn.
Yep, should have.
Yep, I'm right there. So yep, just send that to me.
I gotta move my my video box. It's blocking things. So there's
Hey,
the
Trevor, I'm a little bit lost.
You're lost there, Linda?
Well, does that only pop up when you do the Chrome extension? I mean, you do the Chrome extension, and now we're talking about copying the link.
Yeah, when you use the Chrome extension, it gives you the option for this link, which
Okay.
you're gonna see why. So right here, what's about to happen is, look, now that's the way my message on LinkedIn looks. And it even has it has the GIF. So again, if she was using a whiteboard or whatever and trying to get my attention on LinkedIn, it will work very, very well.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, we just, I mean, I think it's been in the last like 2 days.
Yep.
Where LinkedIn is populating that animated preview. So we're pretty excited.
Yes, super excited about it. Woo!
Yeah. Like the other thing, which we just added to the Chrome extension, is tracking. So you used to not be able to view your tracking right from the Chrome extension. And now right here on the Chrome extension, you can track. So you can search by name. So if I clicked on this, what was this, the name of the video? I believe it was question about video for Trevor. Let's see this here. Video for Trevor. There we go. This shows that this had 4 opens. Now, you want to be careful with opens because opens, you can get false opens. For example, if it's in the same thread, every single time that they go back and open an email or to reply or to send you another message in that thread, it counts as an open on the initial one. Also, if their inbox starts to load an inbox preview before they even click on that email, sometimes that counts as an open as well, because what we do is we drop a tracking pixel into the back end of that message through the magic of technology and things that are way above my pay grade. But we drop a tracking pixel in, okay? Now, if their inbox starts to load a preview of that email before they actually open it, and the tracking pixel gets hit, it's going to count as an open. So you can see false opens, but you're never going to get a false video play, okay? So 22 hours ago, Trevor played this video one time and he watched it 100% of the way through. Pretty cool.
I sure did. I watched it all the way through.
Right, but isn't that really cool? Like you have all of that insight right in there to know if that hiring manager that you sent the video to actually watched the video. How long did they watch your video? Really, really good insight in there. And I am going to tell you the amount of times where I'm talking about tracking and I tell people that once you have seen that they have played that video, you pick up the phone and call them and people are like, whoa, but isn't that weird? Shouldn't I wait like an hour? Do you want to talk to them or not? Is the real question. Because if you want to talk to them, your best chance of actually having that conversation is if you call them right after they watched your video. If you want to wait an hour because you're worried that it might seem creepy, they've already moved on to something else and you are no longer at the forefront of their mind, okay? It's 2020. Tracking emails is not some crazy, black magic, weird out there thing. In fact, our phones are listening to us all the time. We all know that if we talk about a product that I'm going to start seeing it advertised to me on my Facebook. I've tested this so many times. So if you call a hiring manager right after they watch the video and that you say, I noticed that you just pressed play on my video, they're not going to think it's creepy. They're going to be impressed with the fact that you are paying attention and your follow-up, because this is what we want in employees. We want people that are not afraid to make that phone call. So really, really positive thing to pay attention to the tracking and let that guide you as, okay, he just watched my video, time to pick up the phone and call him.
I love that. And I was going to say on that note too, you're not always going to get them on the phone though, right? So like, let's say you send them a video and you notice they just played it and you call them because you're top of mind, but goes to voicemail. Okay. In your voicemail, you need to address it, say, hey, thanks for checking out the video. If you have any other questions or any information, the contact information is there. Look forward to hearing from you. There's another call to action. At the end of every voicemail, you want to have a second call to action. And I would even send them a follow-up video after that.
Yeah. Listen, every single time I leave a voicemail, I send a video. Every single time. And the subject line would say, video for Trevor, I just left you a voicemail. Hey, Trevor, it's Alicia from BombBomb. I just left you a voicemail a couple minutes ago. Wanted to follow it up with a quick video. Every single time I do that. It's really, really effective. These are good best practices. This is not, there's a big difference between being annoying and spamming someone's inbox and just following simple best practices for communication. So any other questions specific to actually recording your video and getting it into a LinkedIn message or sending it as an email?
Hey, are you going to demonstrate the screen capture or the screen recording?
I can. Let me go back to my other screen. The screen share is really, really easy. once you know how to record a video, you know how to record the screen share, but I'll show you right here. So I'm going to go back to my Chrome extension, and rather than camera only, I'm just going to click screen recorder. Going to launch the screen recorder. Going to give it a second here because I'm going to end up with a lot of windows open and being shared. Give me a second here. Okay, so there's a lot happening on my screen here.
Yeah.
The first is, and I know when you, I've done this, the screen share before on a Zoom, and sometimes it doesn't always show all of the pieces. So I don't know what you can see and what you can't see. Trevor, can they see my circle?
I don't see your circle. Do you see your circle?
I do see my circle.
See, we don't see. Okay, so there is a lot going on right now because she's doing the screen record and we're doing the Zoom and we're live
and
all at the same time. There's a lot going on, but let's see if we can test it out to see if we can break LinkedIn.
So there is actually a circle that has my video in it that you can move, but I'll move it after I start the recording as well. So down here, you can see, can you see the start recording thing?
Yes, I can see that.
So when I click on the start recording, it's going to give me the same countdown that I normally would. Now it's recording my screen, okay? So I'm going to drag this video box just so that you can see. I can click over to my email or another tab, whatever it is that you're wanting to do. When I'm all done, I press the stop recording button that was on the part you couldn't see. It says, okay, thanks. And it's actually going to just bring me right back here to that initial message. Okay. So I'm going to press play on it. It's recording my screen. Okay. So I'm going to drag this video box just so that you can see. I can click over to my email or another tab, whatever it is that you're wanting to. There you go. Super easy. And I would just press save on that and then it's ready to send.
Yeah, go practice with that, guys. It's extremely effective. I use screen record to do little tutorials, to send directions. Like when we used to hold our summit at the Cowboys Club, that place is like a maze. So literally I would walk people through how to get there, how to get directly into the facility. And I used a screen record feature to do it. And people loved it. It made it so much more efficient and effective. And it just actually made the experience better because when people get lost, they get frustrated, right? Yeah. So it made the entire experience better just by adding a simple instructional video. So there's a lot of creative ways that you can use it, but it's a great tool.
Yeah.
Hey, Alicia, this is Ken. Hey, how do you trim the end of it? Because you always are looking down to find your mouse to hit the stop button. Is there a way to trim that?
Can I ask you a question, Ken?
Yeah.
Do you have like mind control abilities?
No.
Okay, good.
I wish.
I know. Well, but here's the thing. The hiring managers also know that you don't have mind control abilities to turn off a recording without pressing a button. It is okay. People have been asking me this for years. They want to trim off the front side where they're pushing it and they want to trim off the back side. The reason why BombBomb is so effective is because it's simple and human. And even the simple act of, where's that button? Whatever it is, it humanizes you. Now, there is a secret trick, which is if you press the space bar, it'll stop your recording so that you don't have to search around. Yep. You don't have to search around. You can just press the space bar. But again, what I really, really want to encourage you on is that it is okay to be a human being. It is okay. In fact, some of our clients' videos that have had some of the greatest success rates are videos where something silly happened and again, you want to be professional, but the thing about the power of BombBomb is the connection aspect. So last month, in light of us all pretty much across the entire country being in lockdown, I saw an article on the Associated Press, and it was talking about the way that we're seeing a lot of celebrities unfiltered and in their homes for the first time without their professional hair and makeup, with their kids running around. Like, think about Jimmy Fallon. I don't know if you've watched any Jimmy Fallon's late night at home, but he's literally recording shows from his home with his wife holding the camera. And there was, I mean, his daughters participate in a lot of it, but there are also times where he's trying to read jokes and he can hear his daughters fighting in the background, and he has to be like, hey, cut that out. And the whole point of the Associated Press article was that these celebrities that we are seeing in their homes, more human, less polished, in a different way than we're used to seeing them, are actually increasing their goodwill or their status or their value as a celebrity. And what the article closed with was, it said, because people feel more connected to them. And that is the power of this, is that. So I want to encourage you, first off, the space bar is your hack, but also don't overthink those things that are simply functions of being a human being. Okay, so I want to close on this. We're going to talk just a little bit about working through our fear of being on video. This is the number one thing that I hear over and over again. It does not matter where I travel, does not matter what industry I'm speaking to. The number one thing that keeps people from doing video is that they are either uncomfortable with it, or they don't like the way they look, or they don't like the sound of their own voice, or the perfectionists that don't want anything to look simple and natural and want it to have, you know, soft music and the logo flying in, right? These are all obstacles. So the first thing that I just want to encourage you on this is that it's really, really normal, and you are not alone. Pretty much anyone you have ever seen doing video has had to work through this at some point. I'm throwing some quotes up here from some pretty well-known, highly paid actors and actresses whose job is to be on camera. And guess what? They don't like the way they look on camera. This is really normal. I feel like we can all agree that Reese Witherspoon is an objectively cute person, right? She is adorable. And even she says, I don't know who feels good at looking about themselves. This is really, really normal. Everyone that you have seen doing video at some point has had to work through some of that uncomfortability. We are used to experiencing the world from inside our own head. Even when we're on Zoom like this, for the most part, you are still experiencing it from in your head. Once you press record and you watch it back, now you are experiencing yourself from outside of your own head. And it's not how we're used to experiencing the world. So that's the first thing on this. I just want to encourage you that you are not alone, okay? The second piece that I want to encourage you is that the value that you bring to your prospective employer, your family, your community, the world, is in who you are as a human being. All of these things that you think in your head when you see yourself on video, this is not who makes you who you are. These are self-limiting beliefs. This is programming that you did not agree to that says that you are supposed to look differently than you look, okay? Oprah Winfrey, we know who this woman is. Oprah Winfrey, we heard of her before. When Oprah Winfrey was offered the Oprah show back in the 80s on WGN in Chicago, Oprah was still not completely comfortable with the way that she looked. In fact, Oprah has had a very, very open and public dialogue about the struggles that she has had with her appearance and with her body. So if Oprah, when she had been offered the Oprah Winfrey show back in the 80s, said, I don't know if I really want to get on camera. I don't love the way I look. Guess what? The world wouldn't have Oprah, and Oprah would not have $3 billion. So I want to remind you the value that you have to bring this prospective employer in the world is in who you are as a human being. It is not in all of these external voices that you are allowing to come in to say that you are not young enough, or you are not cute enough, or you have too many wrinkles. Those are lies, okay? The third piece of this that I just want to remind you is we are all our own worst critics. The things that you notice when you see yourself on video, no one else is paying attention to, okay? I have been a paid actor since I was about 12 or 13 years. I have spent more years of my life appearing on camera than I have not, okay? I'm 37 years old. I've been doing this for a long time. My job at BombBomb, I spend a lot of time on camera. I get on stage, I do podcasts, I do webinars like this. I don't watch my own videos back, because you know what happens when I watch my own videos back? I start to pick myself apart. I start to notice things in my voice that I don't like, or I focus on little minutia of things that no one else cares about. One of my eyes is slightly larger than the others. No one in a million years would ever notice this. But when I'm tired and I record a video, it's the first thing that I see. So I just want to encourage you, do not watch your videos back.
I have a fake tooth. And I notice it. No one ever notices it, but man, I notice it. I'm like, hey, a fake tooth. I feel like I look like I don't know, a horse or something.
Never noticed.
No one notices it but me.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, so here are your 3 R's for getting through it and not getting over it, because you can't just get over it. This isn't, you know, for many years before I was in this role, the way BombBomb had always kind of approached this was, you look like what you look like, you sound like what you sound like, get over it. But once I started getting on the road and realizing that it's not that simple for a lot of people, right? This is this isn't just about video. This is about lies and voices in their head. So you can't just get over it, but you can work through this, okay? I promise you. So here's the first thing, is remind yourself of who you are and the value that you have to bring. Like little Jessica here. I don't know if you guys remember this video, it went viral many years ago, but check out what Jessica does.
Look, I can be a shark. Now my whole house is great. I can do anything good. I like my school. I like anything. I like my dad. I like my cousins. I like my aunts. I like my Allisons. I like my mom. I like my sisters. I like my dad. I like my hair. I like my haircuts. I like my pajamas. I like my stuff. I like my rooms. I like my whole house. My whole house is great. I can do anything good. Yeah. I can do anything.
I can do anything good. Okay, so that's the first R. Remind yourself of who you are and the value that you have to bring the world and your prospective employer, okay? Number 2, rewatch it. Don't, okay? We had to make it silly so that you remember it, but don't rewatch your videos, especially if you struggle with feeling uncomfortable. Think about it like a voicemail, okay? Record it and send it. The third piece is repetition. The more you do it, the easier it gets. We have surveyed our clients and they tell us that on average, it only takes about 5 to 8 times of sending that video before they stop caring and obsessing over it. Okay, now that's not 5 videos that you sent your mom because you know she's gonna say, oh, aren't you cute? This is 5 videos that you've actually sent to other people. So send Trevor some videos, send me some videos. I'm happy to be a guinea pig. The more you do this, the easier it gets, okay?
Yeah, guys, we're actually gonna include you into an accountability group from our last month, and we're gonna add you in there. And I want you guys to practice with each other. Lean on each other, send videos to each other, practice with sending a LinkedIn message. There's one other thing too I'll talk to you about, which is super impactful, which is the LinkedIn, not message, LinkedIn comment, okay? You can actually send a video and include it into a LinkedIn comment. So you're commenting on their post with a video, and no one else will do that. Okay, but you will do that and you'll get their attention, and I promise you, you will blow them away. So that's impactful too. There is a trick on how you do that though. It has to be done from mobile. Okay. When you include that link on, when you include that link on the comment, you have to do it from your mobile, because LinkedIn doesn't pick it up for whatever reason on the desktop.
Yeah.
So that's a little trick. But I promise you, it's really, really, really impactful is the LinkedIn video comment.
I love that. I didn't even know you could do that. So I want to leave you guys with a quick challenge based around gratitude. You know, Trevor said it at the beginning that having thank you, people want to know what it is. There is a ton of research on the benefits of gratitude, both for your own body and mind and the way you view the world. I'm huge on gratitude. I would be more than thrilled if someday I was professionally known as the gratitude lady, right? But here's the thing. Not only does gratitude have all of these incredible psychological and health benefits for you, but gratitude also increases your social capital. Social capital is a nice way of saying it gets people to do what you want, okay? So the Harvard and then the Wharton School of Business actually did a study on the benefits of gratitude. And what they did is, in the first piece of the study, they sent out, request for feedback on cover letters, and they sent everyone the exact same email, the same request. Now, once those requests came back, they divided the test group into two different segments, okay? The first segment got this one. Dear Tom, I just wanted to let you know that I received your feedback on my cover letter. I was wondering if you could help with a second cover letter I prepared. Give me feedback on it. The cover letter is attached. Can you send me some comments in the next 3 days? That's what the first segment got, okay? The second segment got the exact same email, except with one additional line. Thank you so much. I am really grateful. That was the only difference in messaging. And the group that got the message that had that line, thank you so much, I'm really grateful, had a over 106% increase in compliance with that request. One line of text that said, thank you so much, I am really grateful. This is the benefit of practicing gratitude, of saying thank you. So here is your mission, okay, to help you get comfortable with your videos. I want you guys to simply think of the names of 3 people you can say thank you to. I don't care who it is. Is it a colleague? Is it Trevor? Is it a friend that's been checking in on you during lockdown? Just think of the names of 3 people you can say thank you to and send them a thank you video today. This homework will take you less than 5 minutes, okay? And then you just get to sit back and enjoy the endorphins from making a positive impact on someone else, okay? So that's what I'm gonna leave you with. I gotta run out of here pretty quick. I gotta go take a 5th grader to school to pick up school supplies and say goodbye to his teacher.
That is awesome.
I appreciate you letting me join in here.
Thank you so much for being here, and I'm gonna hang tight for some more questions. We'll do a little bit more Q&A, but Alicia, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. It really has meant a lot to our network, and being able to spend a little bit of time closer with BombBomb to answer some of these questions. So thank you so much.
You are so welcome. I just made you the host so that I can leave here and not end it. So thank you guys all. Let us know how we can help. Trevor knows how to get a hold of me if you need some more help, all right?
Thank you, Alicia.
Bye. All right. Okay, so you guys know what your homework, 3 videos today to somebody, whoever comes top of mind. Tell them thank you. Tell them how much you appreciate, how much you value them in your life. It can be real short, but I promise you will see what she's talking about, the endorphins, like they're going to respond in a positive way. I would do it to somebody that you haven't done it to in a long time. Like maybe you call your mom or you send your mom a video or whatever, somebody that you haven't talked to in a while. You know, that's who I would do it to, and watch the response. They're going to be blown away by it. So that's the first set of homework. Now, Amanda, you had a question that I thought was pretty important, and I wanted to make sure I answer for you, which is, your question was, so everyone is typing the words on the bottom of the videos, right? That's captions, right? You see that a lot on social media, you know, when you're scrolling and a lot of times you will read a video, right? Have you ever read one before? You didn't even press play, but you just read it, right? Those are captions. Good thing about BombBomb is no captions necessary. This is super raw, no editing, no polishing, no scripting. This is what we call rehumanize, okay? You want to humanize this process. And you wouldn't do that like if you wouldn't write a script if you were leaving a voicemail. So you're not going to add captions if you're sending just a quick video message, okay? And we will use these in emails. We're going to use them in place of black and white text. So anywhere that you can use black and white text, you can use a BombBomb video. So LinkedIn message, LinkedIn comments, which I just mentioned, there is a secret to that. It has to be done for mobile. Emails, instant message, you name it. It's pretty cool. What other questions do you guys have?
Hey, just a quick comment. I've recently been using the Marco Polo app on my phone. It seems to be very similar to this. It's more from a social and more with friends and family. So
Yes.
do you recommend doing stuff like that in order to become a little bit more comfortable before doing that business video?
Yeah, I mean, comfortability is, you know, the biggest thing that we find when what prevents people from moving forward with this product and using video in general. So yeah, I highly encourage that. My dad actually just had me download the Marco Polo because I was going to tell my grandma happy Mother's Day. And he was like, hey, just send her a Marco Polo video and download the app and all that. So I did it, of course. And yeah, it was pretty cool. So yeah, totally. That helps you get comfortable with it. But also use the product too, because practice with each other, because then you're just going to get comfortable with how easy it is. It really is simple, guys. Linda, you've had a little experience, right? How many videos do you think you've sent out so far with BombBomb?
Three that I wish I could now get back because of what I learned today, but
the third one, like, it worked. That's what's the beauty of it.
Yeah, I have a couple questions. First of all, what's Marco Polo?
It's an app that you download on your phone, and it kind of like you can add in contacts from your phone and kind of like send video messages back and forth to each other instead of like a text message. It's like video messages back and forth, and you can create groups. So like my whole family has a group, and so it's like instead of a group text message, you send a video to that group. And so my whole family, if I was like, hey guys, hope y'all are doing good, you know, the whole family sees it.
Gotcha. Okay, I have two more questions, dude. Time?
Yeah. Go for it.
This was a question for Alicia. You may not know the answer to this, but a lot of the senior living communities are using an app called One Day, and I haven't had a lot of time to spend with it. Do you know the difference between BombBomb and One Day?
That I do not know. I could not tell you that. Okay. I do know this. There's a lot of talk going out about another product, and you guys maybe have heard about it because you're doing a lot of these Zooms and you're in the community. So there's another product called Loom. Okay, and I'm hearing a lot about Loom recently, and it's a free product. Okay, and it's kind of like a competitor, but I looked up the reviews on it, and I was looking up some of the capabilities of it, and it really didn't even come close. Some of the things that you didn't get on it was like, I think it was the analytics. You didn't get the animated GIF. You didn't get the call to action. You didn't get, the main thing that I thought I didn't like about it was that when somebody clicks on it, it takes them to a landing page with the video. And because it's free, there was like advertisements around it. And so it was like, it kind of looked spammy to me that if you sent somebody a video and they clicked on it, it took them to almost like an ad page, right? And so you got to be careful out there, guys, with free stuff. And that's all I got to say. If it works, I'm 100% for free if it works. If it doesn't, I do think it has a potential of hurting you and the perception that you're getting. So just be careful on other products that you use. Test it out, you know, see what it looks like before you go live with it.
Okay. My other question was, I want to know if there are metrics on the demographics, because I was on a video webinar yesterday. He's a senior living marketing expert. Oh yeah, he's pushing the videos, which I plan to implement in my new job. But then I was on with somebody you would know, a LinkedIn guru today. He goes, Linda, be careful. He said, I don't know if people in that age group are going to be watching videos, because we're talking adult children and seniors 75 plus. You may want to rethink. It's probably more for millennials. And I thought, well, I'll ask that question this afternoon.
Great question. So I want you, all right, I'm going to give you a statistic. There's over 2 billion hours consumed every single day on YouTube. Okay. 2 billion hours. That's just one platform. That's YouTube. Okay. When you really think about that number for a second, 2 billion hours consumed every single day. And that doesn't include Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram and everything else. So the point I'm trying to get across is that in the beginning of time, when man was created, we communicated verbally with each other, okay? We always have since the very beginning. In the beginning, there was the word, right? And then we started to write down, we started to have written form, okay? The hieroglyphics and you know, different ways of communicating through the written form, right? Well, video is going all the way back to the very beginning, which is our most natural form of communicating, which is face-to-face, verbal communication. And so I think you will be receptive a lot more positively, even in an older demographic. It's just the way we communicate on this planet, and it's easier now. So we're actually going back to the beginning of the way humans are naturally built to communicate.
Yeah,
and that's a weird to think about.
That's a great analogy. Okay, I've got one more quick one. You mentioned spam earlier.
Yes.
Yeah, is that a real risk when we're doing this? It'll go into spam or into junk mail, and they don't even get the email?
It is potential that could happen. So a couple of things. You know, BombBomb has built our platform so that it gets through a very, very high percentage of firewalls and whatever technology they have. But there is a percentage that don't, okay? I mean, it's not fail-proof, and if they have an update or something like that, it may not get through. There are workarounds, okay? So I'll give you a couple of workarounds. If that video, you see that it has not been played, well, that kind of gives you a tail, and it shows you that you'll be able to see in the tracking that it hasn't been played, it hasn't been received. And then what you want to do is send it to yourself. Okay, so here's the workaround. You send it to yourself, and then you forward it to them. Okay. So send it to yourself, and then forward it to them. Say, hey, wasn't sure if this got caught in your, you know, in your filter or your junk mail. I wanted to make sure you got it. I made this video for you. It will get through if you forward it to them, and they'll get it and go, oh, wow, cool.
Okay, great idea. All right, I'm done. Thank you.
Yeah, I kind of thought that the way you were showing how to do it with LinkedIn, if you get their contact information on LinkedIn, you can send them the video through LinkedIn without having that worry of sending it in an email and getting lost in the spam.
Good point. Good point. Yes.
Yeah. So I'll go back here. Let me grab the screen record real quick. And this is real. I love this. Let me go to that message that was from Alicia, if I can find it. Here she is. So she just sent me that message. So again, there it is. And here's what I want to point out. Down at the bottom, or at the top, before you put the link, she put, "Hi, Trevor, please play on the video below," and then put the link. So again, you want to have some text above it pointing them to the link so that they don't feel like that's just some spammy link. And then also notice the preview. If she had the whiteboard in here, that would also let them know that it's not spammy. And then also, this is what I was talking about, which is make sure you title it right here. She put "video for Trevor, quick question about tomorrow." So like all of those different things add to the click rate where they'll actually press play, right? And then you don't even have to send them an email. You can do it right there in their inbox on LinkedIn.
Okay. Good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor, I had a question.
Yeah, sure.
It came up during the presentation that you can press the space bar to stop recording.
Yes.
Do you have like a list of shortcuts or any kind of cheat sheet or one sheet on that sort of thing?
I do not, but I could see if they have anything already created, and if not, if you guys want to compile a list of questions, like as you're using the product, like this would help me because I really want to help people with it. So start compiling a list of questions, and I can start compiling a cheat sheet like you're talking about that can be like, here's the most frequently asked questions. I do also want to point this out because this may help you guys too. If you haven't seen this already, let me do another screen record. Let me get into my BombBomb account. And it's loading up, taking just a second. All right, so here's my BombBomb account. First thing I want to point out, you guys see where it says 2,331 videos? All right, I want you to ask yourself a question. Would I send out 2,331 videos if it didn't work?
Wow.
Right? Would I waste that much time? If this didn't work, would I do that? No, I would not. I do it because it does work. But here's what I wanted to point out real quick. Let me move this over so I can see it. So if you scroll over to the top, there's a little down arrow over here, and there's a lot of stuff in that down arrow. You've got your subscription information, you've got support, okay? So click on the support. It's going to take you to a page that has right here where like, okay, what are you trying to learn about? Are you wanting to learn more about mobile? Are you wanting to learn more about the web application or integrations? And there's a lot of different integrations. So for now, I'm going to go to web application for just a second. Let me click on that, because that's primarily what you guys are going to be having questions on. And here you go. Here's like a lot of the most frequently asked questions that are out there. Okay. Like here you go, emails. How do I create and send an email? Maybe that's your question. Like, how do I do that? Well, when I click on that question, guess what they've done? Oh, well, they made a video. There's a tutorial, video tutorial right there. So a lot of the questions as you're having them, I want to make sure you're aware of this section, because you can just go search for you can even search for it right up here. You're like, how do I, signature, email signature, right? You can do a search and then go and find out how to do certain things. So I hope that helps too.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Trevor.
Mm-hmm. All right. What other questions? While I got you for just, I know this was only supposed to be for an hour, but I appreciate you guys hanging with a few more minutes. You guys have any more questions I can answer for you while I got you?
Hey, Trevor, it's Alan. Hey, I just want to say thank you for doing this. This is a really big help, and I appreciate all the thought and effort that you got to put this together for everybody. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's my
Me
pleasure.
too, Trevor. It's been great. It really empowers me to keep doing this more.
Well, I'm super excited for you. Like, it blows my mind that the third one, you know, like you've only sent out 3 videos and it helped that much, right? Like when we get people, they send us the like messages like you did, Linda. When you send me a message like that, that's what drives me. That keeps me going. I'm super passionate about that. So please, if you get any positive messages, if you get somebody, when they respond back to you with the word wow, okay, literally they're gonna do that a lot. You'll see that a lot. They're gonna go wow in all caps with exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. I see that all the time. Send those to me, forward that to me, okay? And it's also uplifting for you because you're like, oh wow, like they thanked me for my thank you. Like they'll thank you for your thank you. It's weird. It's kind of weird, but you'll get those a lot.
Yeah. Well, I remember, you know, when I went to the Who You Know show, when you brought this up, I went, there is no way I am doing video. I don't want them to see how old I am before I even get there. And then when I needed something to really put me over the edge, I thought, oh, well, what the heck? What do I have to lose?
I love that. I love that. And Linda, you are not alone. We get that objection all the time. You know, from people that are like, you know what, how's this going to be perceived? I'm a little bit older, things like that. Guys, it doesn't matter how old you are. That is, I'm telling you, it is received well. It is received very, very positive, no matter how old you are. They look at, especially if you're older, because they're like, they misread you. Okay. They thought that you know, that old stigma, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Like they think, they look at you differently, and all of a sudden they see you and they're like, oh wow, this person is using cutting edge technology. They impressed me. I totally misread this person.
Your energy and enthusiasm, that's another way to show, you know, that you still got it.
Totally. And Linda, you're like, you know, we've had a lot of time to get to know each other, and you are totally a young soul, right? Like you have tons of energy, and these employers are misreading you. They're judging a book by its cover. They don't know what they're missing. You have a ton of value, and you have a lot of life to live, and you have a lot of value to give, and you just need to show them that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what video will do.
Yep, a video will do that. Totally. Like I see that all the time. Like me and you had a conversation long time ago, and you told me how old you were, and I was like, what? No, you're not. You blew me away when you told me how old you were. So anyways,
I believe I told you. I will never tell anybody that. I must have been fishing for a compliment.
Guys, this has been great. It really has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining me. And we're going to do this again next month. I've got Alicia one more time. So if you want to join me again next month, and I'm going to add everybody that was on the call into a group on LinkedIn from last month. So guys, work with each other, send videos to each other, collaborate. Okay.
All right. Thanks so much, Trevor.
Thanks, Trevor.
All right. Have a good one.